Hiya, so today I've got some recommendations for you for romances featuring women in STEM. So in all of these, the female main character or one of the female main characters studies or works in a STEM area. So if you're not familiar with the term, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So these are all women who are in fields that are traditionally associated with men. So the inspiration for this video, of course, came from Hazelwood's books, The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. The Love Hypothesis obviously went viral last year. We've got Olive and we have Adam. This one is fake dating, and this one, in this one they are grad students, and they have different reasons for fake dating. There's a lot of pining that goes on in there. And we've got very kind of grumpy sunshine vibes too. And then we've got this year's new one, which is Love on the Brain. This one is Bea and Levi, and in this one we've got neuroscience. She's a neuroscientist. Again, kind of doing some research in there, and the things that go off the back of it. So these two, really famous, and they're great. I love them. But there are other romances with women in STEM that also you should look at. So the first one that I've got for you, sticking on the lines of grad students in science, is A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. So this is the first book in the Reluctant Royals series, but it can be read absolutely just as a standalone. So in this one, our female main character, Lady, is an epidemiologist. So she is looking into public health and disease and things like that. She's pretty awesome. She's working multiple jobs to make ends meet because she's come out of the foster care system, and so she doesn't have any external support while she's doing her grad studies. And then she starts getting emails from this dodgy sounding country, and this person saying that the prince of this country is trying to get hold of her. So then our male main character is of course that prince. They are actually real, and he is searching for someone who was betrothed to him when he was a child and has then gone missing since then. So there's a lot of things on the side of that. But what I really love is that she's so passionate about her subject that even when all this stuff comes out about royalty and opportunities to live in different ways, is that she still really cares about what she wants to study and the impact that that's going to have. So then the next one I have is a fairly well-known book, and that is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. So in this one, she's an econometrist. Yeah. So she works in the math side of economics, and she has a very numbers, algorithms brain. This one is probably most famous for two things. One is the autism rep, so Stella is autistic, and the other one is for the fact that he is a prostitute. So it's sort of Pretty Women vibes in that side of things. So she's very accomplished in her work. Very accomplished in that. It's just she starts to get a lot of pressure from her family to have some relationships, and she doesn't know how to approach that. She's quite touch averse, and so that's quite scary for her. So she hires Michael to teach her how to be intimate with people, and things kind of go from there. But again, she is very smart, very good at what she does, and an excellent brain for numbers. So then the next one that I have got is The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite. This is the first book in the Feminine Pursuit series, but the three books are only kind of lightly linked, so you can absolutely just read this one or any of the others. So this is a Sapphic FF historical romance, and one of our main characters, Lucy, is an astronomer. So she's known for being an astronomer's assistant. She helped her dad with a lot of his calculations, and being in the time that it was, she doesn't really seem to have much value. It was all done in his name, despite the fact that she did all the work. Unfortunately, her dad has now passed away, and she's having to live with the fact that she can't be respected for the astronomy work that she is now doing. But then we have our other heroine, Catherine, who has a legacy from her husband. That means she now wants someone to translate an astronomy book for her, and that's where Lucy comes in. The rest is history. This one has a lot about the struggles that Lucy has in the time being respected for the work that she's doing, even when it's shown that she can do the work. So there's some interesting topics in there. Obviously this is in a historical setting, but sadly, as we know from the other ones, not all of those struggles have gone today. Then the next one that I have got is Caressed by Ice by Nalini Singh. This one is book 3 in the Psy Changeling series. You do have to read this series in order, but I'm obsessed with this series, so I'm going to tell you should read it anyway. So in this one, our heroine Brenna, who is a wolf changeling, is a computer genius. She runs a lot of the computer systems for the pack. She does. She's studying as well, and links in with a lot of other people in some of the research that she's doing. And this one is the story of her romance with Judd, who is a Psy with some psychic abilities. I absolutely adore this book, so I'll try not to obsess with it too much. And there is kind of some danger going on and some things that are going wrong within the pack that they need to look into. What I really love is that Brenna is absolutely supported in her goals, in learning, in studying further, and in what she can produce. And it goes on throughout the rest of the series. Reference will get made to work that she has done or things that she has been looking into. And it's just a really big part of who she is and of pack life. And I just really love that. So the next one that I've got is another computer genius, but in a slightly different way. And so this one is A View to a Thrill by Lexi Blake. So this one is the 7th book in the Masters and Mercenaries series. So again, you do have to read some other books first before you get to this one. I'd highly recommend it. So this series is BDSM, erotic, romantic suspense. You will hear me mention it quite a lot. And it's based around a group of kind of security firm mercenary type people who do some pretty badass stuff. And Chelsea is the heroine in this, and as I say, she is very good with computers, less on the legal side of things a lot of the time. She's very accomplished hacker, getting information, getting into systems, manipulating things to the way that she wants. And I really love that she's just allowed to be good at that. That they kind of accept that she can be the best, that there are men in this in her life who are also very accomplished, but accept that sometimes there are areas that she is better at, and that she is allowed to focus on what she wants, because this is a very male dominated company that this is based around. There are a lot of alpha male characters, and so for her to just be kind of that strong female character in there, really love it. Very much. I mean, I love this series generally, but this one's a really good book. And then the last one that I have got for you is Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. This is the first one in a series around the same friendship group, but again, absolutely fine as a standalone. So this one is a sapphic contemporary romance. Sort of got some Pride and Prejudice vibes in there. So the main characters are called Darcy and Elle, which I love, and there's a few references throughout the book, including a couple of famous quotes. And this one is a fake dating enemies to lovers. So in terms of our STEM background, both characters do actually have some form of STEM background. So Elle did astronomy previously, so she studied it, was very good at it, but decided that that wasn't the route for her and has gone down a different path. I love that. They're absolutely you know, shouldn't be any pressure that once you've taken on that path, you carry on. But then we have got Darcy, who is an actuary. So she does a lot of maths in her job, a lot of calculations in there. She sort of describes her job as playing with calculus. And so that's very part of her personality. She likes everything to be ordered. She likes everything to be really organised. Whereas Al is very chaos compared to that. So I absolutely kind of love that, how we get into the fake dating scenario in the first place, the differences in their personalities, the differences in the direction that they've chosen their lives to take. And yeah, definitely recommend this one too. I mean, I recommend all of these, that's why I'm talking about them, but just have a very big soft spot for this. So there you go, that's my recommendations for women in STEM romances. If you have any that you're interested in, please do let me know. I have a STEM background myself, so my degree is Maths with Computer Science, and I work for a technology company, so anything where there is women in STEM, I do love to see it. So yeah, please let me know. Let me know if you're going to try any of these out, and I will see you soon.